Okay. Beat him. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from.
Well, yeah, because Tank, he beat Frank Martin in June, which made his record 30-0.
Who was he? Who did he beat again?
Frank Martin.
And that's who? Who was he? Frank Martin, you said?
Yeah.
Who are these guys, man?
Are you saying that the Tank is fighting a bunch of nobodies? Is this what you're saying? That's what it sounded like.
You don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I'm not a boxing guy like you are.
Yeah, he's only 30,000 years old right now. I think, geez, man, when is he going to fight somebody?
Well, I mean, according to the internet, and there's some back and forth about this, I believe, on Twitter, Gervonta and Shakur Stevenson agreed to fight. Now, that's a name I know.
Right.
Do you expect that to happen?
No.
Why is that?
I mean, because I don't know. I don't think have they announced? Have you heard Tank say that he was going to fight?
It's not official yet.
No, okay, so no.
Okay, what do you think would happen in that fight?
It'll be a good fight. I give it 50-50.
Really?
Yeah, it's 50-50 fight.
I think Tank would take that.
Oh yeah?
I think so.
No, I think Tank is avoiding real boxers. Right? He's avoiding them for a reason. Right? I think that
he wants to keep his perfect record.
Yeah, I think that's a 50 fight. 50-50 fight. True 50-50 fight.
What's it up, baby? Y'all already know it is the big boss hall, boss dog, K-Po through the door. Here to talk to this boxer before I get about soliloquy. Remember, tough times don't last, good people do. Don't know if yourself. Caught them in the hotline, remember you matter. Peak game 84's on West Wayne. How y'all doing? I'm serious about that minute hotline. Call somebody. You know what I'm saying? Me, back in the day, long time ago, I relied on God, and God met me where I was at. That ain't everybody's testimony, though. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm real. I'm for real when I say that. I ain't saying that just to be saying it. A lot of men, we go through a lot of stuff, man, and we taught to be strong. You know what I'm saying? And we do got to be strong, but make sure you talk to somebody. But let's talk boxing. Bill Haney was interviewed on Vlad TV. And if you got this far, you saw the video. You saw what he said. Vlad TV asked Bill Haney about a couple of Tank's opponents, in which Bill Haney tried to act like he didn't know who those guys was. I call cap. Bill Haney knows exactly who Lamont Roach is. Bill Haney knows exactly who Frank Martin is. Like, he know who them dudes is. Right? But that's not the point. Shakur Stevenson was brought up, right? And it was mentioned that Tank and Shakur Stevenson agreed to fight each other, which it was kind of verbal, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't hear Tank just come out and say, "Oh, I want to fight Shakur," right? I think Tank said along the lines, and when I put this on your jaw or something like that, so I guess you could just take that and be like, yeah, he want to fight Shakur, right? But beside the point, Bill Haney was asked, do you think that fight happens? And he said no. And Vlad said, why? Why you don't think that fight happened? Bill said, I don't know. And then he says, Tank don't want to fight boxers. And Vlad said, you think it's because, he don't want to lose? And Bill Haney kind of alluded to that, like, yeah. So Bill Haney thinks that Tank is afraid to fight guys who can box, who are slick. Right? And that's like a different perspective. I never really analyzed it like that. But I won't say he right. I won't say he wrong. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it a bean with you. I won't say he right. I won't say he wrong. But what I will say is that I find it interesting he's even speaking about Tank. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. He on the interview, they asked him. But the proper thing he could have said is, hey, I'm not worried about Tank right now. I'm just trying to get my son back up to par. That's all he could have said. You know what I mean? Like, we just gonna keep it a stack. I feel like Bill Haney's not in a position to be talking about anybody else. He can't be talking about no other fighter. He need to be studying. Right? Because if he gonna be if Devin gonna continue to let him be the head trainer, he need to be studying. He don't need to be doing no interviews. He need to be in these gyms, you know what I'm saying, trying to fix the flaws that his son got. right? Because his flaws were exposed in his last fight, okay? So now you got to fix those flaws, right? Because everybody looking at your son like he food. So you got to fix those flaws. You know what I mean? I respect Bill Haney's viewpoint. Like I said, I never looked at it from that perspective and said, oh, Tank is afraid to fight boxers. Now, me personally, I don't feel like nobody's afraid of anybody, right? When you in this, boxing is like a fraternity, right? And when you compete in this sport and you understand what guys go through to get ready for fights, then you understand no fighter's afraid of no fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I done been in the ring, and I'm just speaking for myself. I done been in the ring with undefeated pro fighters right now that are pro fighters right now. I done been in the ring with them, and they cracking. They hitting hard in the mud. I done been in there with them. So, and I'm pretty sure that's the same story for Tank. Tank is a professional fighter. He done been in the ring with a lot of fighters. You know what I mean? Why would I be afraid of anybody? Why would he be afraid of anybody? And the same thing for Devin, same thing for Shakur. Like, no fighter is afraid of no fighter. I don't believe that. I don't think Shakur afraid of Tank. I don't think Tank afraid of Shakur. I don't think Devin afraid of Shakur. I don't think Tank afraid of, I don't think Devin afraid. I don't think nobody is afraid of no Keyshawn. I don't think nobody is afraid of anybody. Okay? We just keeping it a stack. That's what I personally believe. I wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? When you done competed in this sport, you done got punched in your head. You know what I mean? That fear go away. Like, I bet. You know what I mean? It go out the window. You done got punched in your head, bro. You're not supposed to get punched in your head. That's like a mini car wreck. You know what I mean? You getting punched in your head, your stomach, you getting organs pushed around. Pause. That was crazy. But I'm just keeping it 1,000 with you. So that fear goes away, bro. You're not thinking about that. You know, you thinking about, man, this man disrespected me. Yo, we finna get it cracking. You know what I mean? So that goes out the window. But I don't think Tank is afraid of boxers. He may struggle with that particular style. That may be the case. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen Tank in there with like a slick boxer. And I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. Devin Haney ain't slick. Shakur Stevenson ain't slick. They're elusive fighters. They're elusive. Right? So they're kind of elusive, athletic fighters. Right? But then you got Tank, who's also can be an elusive fighter, who can also be a slick boxer if he need to. He did that against Isaac Pitbull Cruz. He did that against Ryan Garcia. He was swimming without being wet. You know what I'm saying? But we haven't seen Tank in there with, a slick boxer. So it's an interesting take. You know, I guess we shall see when he get in there with one. I mean, he was in there with Frank Martin. Frank Martin got very good feet. You know? But Tank was able to weather the storm and start throwing in between his shots, right? He knew what the game plan was gonna be. He knew that, okay, cool. I'm gonna let him wear himself out, then I'm gonna get him. And a lot of people feel like, oh, that's gonna be the game plan for Tank in every fight. No. Tank may come out against a Shakur and put it on him right away. Pause. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know what history says. You know, a lot of his fights, he waits, right? But he may come out there and put it on him right away. Pause. I mean, hell, we could, and the only reason I keep using this fight, because it's a prime example. Terrence Crawford used to do the same thing. Terrence Crawford would come out, see what you're doing, he'll give up some rounds, see what you're doing, and then take it over. What did he do against Errol? Came out right away. Right? Because Terrence Crawford is a slow starter, right? Normally. But he came out and right away got busy. You know what I'm saying? And that's real talk. That's how this stuff goes. That's how this boxing game is. You know what I'm saying? You be what you need to be on that night. You know what I'm saying? Some guys you got to be patient with. You know what I'm saying? Prime example, my fighter. I got a fighter that I coach. Me and Coach B coach him, but I started coaching him first. It's my fighter. His name Lewis. Y'all look out for him. He's a heavyweight. When I sparred him, and let me tell you, Lewis is 6'3", 245. He a big dude. I'm 5'9". At the time I sparred Lewis, I was 190. Right? Right now I'm about like 195. So understand the size deficiency. Right? Me and him was supposed to spar 6 rounds. Right? So the first round, he came out, he got busy. I was patient. I waited. Right? And like I said, I could talk about this because that's my fighter. He got busy. Right? But towards the end of the round, I saw the perfect opportunity. He threw a 2. I rolled under it and landed a hook, a left hook. He threw something else. I stepped back, kind of like a pull counter motion, and threw my 2. Landed it. He threw something else. I rolled under it, body shot, body shot. Then I start eating. By round 2, it was my time. You see what I'm saying? All I'm saying at the end of the day is that you be whatever you gotta be on whatever night you need to be, to get the job done. And I think that's what Tank is. You know what I mean? As a fighter, you gotta have the understanding, like, okay, do the fast starter. Let me be patient. Let me see what he doing. Let me analyze this. Like this is what you got. You know what I'm saying? This is what you got to do. And that's what Tank is. Tank is the type of fighter, he gonna be whatever he need to be. I know that history shows all his fights, he particularly comes out, see what you're doing, and he gives up rounds. You know what I'm saying? That's what he do. Then he take it over. You know, but if you coming into a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis thinking that that's the blueprint and, that's how you gonna beat him, you sadly mistaken. That's all I'm saying. But it's a very interesting take by Bill Haney. You know what I'm saying? We shall see. Like I say, you never know what. Every fighter got a kryptonite. Every fighter got flaws. Every fighter do. You know what I'm saying? Canelo struggles with boxers as well. We're gonna keep it a beam. Canelo has not fought a boxer since Floyd and Erislandy Lara. And you can make the argument that he lost those fights. Every fighter got a kryptonite. Bill Haney might be on the story. It might be true that Tank struggles with boxers. You know what I'm saying? It may be true. Do I believe it? No. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I respect his opinion as a man, and you know what I'm saying? It might be the case. You know what I mean? We shall see. Yeah, let me know what y'all think about that. Boss go.